To me, it smells like pink sugar with a little bit of pistachio thrown in. So this is gonna be my scent of the day, baby. Good morning. It is Saturday, March 2nd, I believe. Just making some eggs and pancakes for my kids. I woke up mad late this morning. I have a dental appointment. I have a lot going on, so bear with me. So their breakfast is ready, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start to prepare for my dental appointment. Right, so that's that. I'm just gonna use my NYX lip gloss. My sister actually gave this to me because she says it's too bright for her complexion. She's very light skinned. So she said it's a little bit too bright. It gives me a natural look, which I like. You can barely see it, which is kind of what I'm going for here. I'm gonna put a little bit of gloss over it, even though it's already glossy, but I like a nice glossy lip. Okay, so that's that. For the face, I'm just gonna go ahead and put on my outfit. So I'm just gonna wear this bodysuit. I'm gonna throw this sweater over it. And I'm gonna wear these sneakers. I'm gonna wear this Aldo's bag. I'm gonna wear it as a crossbody. I'm gonna be wearing my Care, I think that's how you say it, Care by Paris Corner. To me, it smells like pink sugar with a little bit of pistachio thrown in. So this is gonna be my scent of the day, baby. Oh yes. It is 12:56. I'm probably gonna have to call these people to let them know I'm running late. I'll call them at 1:05. Oh, Lord. So, I don't know what my plans are. Oh Lord, I came the wrong freaking way. Are you serious? I came the wrong way. Lord have mercy. How did I manage to do that? So I am back on track. I don't know what my plans are gonna be for today. I kind of wanted to go to Victoria's Secret. I know they have some new body splashes. I want to check them out. But something about the packaging is telling me that they're probably going to be, I don't know, generic smelling. Do you guys do that? Like, do you look at the packaging and just assume that you know what it's going to be about? They look very child play-ish. No problem with child play fragrances, because every now and then I get in the mood to smell like that. But, like, I have a lot of body splashes, or you know, in Jamaica we call them body splashes. In America we call them body mists or fragrance mists. So every now and then you're gonna hear my mouth flip and call it something else, but it's the same thing, guys. Okay, I want to talk about, like, you know what's going on in the world of perfumes, because a lot has changed. A lot of you guys know that I took a whole year off because I was going through some personal stuff, but I've always had an eye on, you know, the fragrance world. I love fragrance. When I just started, a lot of people used to ask me, like, how do you know about fragrance and notes and all that stuff? I was very obsessed with Fragrantica, and that's where I learned about notes and how to tell the difference between notes and main accords and scent profiles and all that stuff. Like, it's orgasmic to me, honestly. Like, I just love that stuff. So yeah, so no matter what's going on in my life, fragrance is always gonna be like high on my priority list. Like, I love to freaking smell good. I don't know, like, I don't know how that obsession started. Actually, the first fragrance I became obsessed with, and this could be the reason why, I don't know, I'm just trying to go back in my psyche and think. There was this girl, and I even remember her full name. Like, her name is Tanisha. I'm not gonna give her last name, but her name was Tanisha. She was like of Indian descent. I didn't realize I was here. I'm gonna have to parallel park. Yeah, she was like of Indian descent, and she was so smart and so cute, and she smelled so nice. She smelled like baby. Like, I think she used to either wear baby powder, or I don't know what she used to wear, but she used to smell so nice. And on top of it, she was beautiful. She was smart. She had long, beautiful hair. I felt like she was everything I wasn't. So I used to love the way she smelled. And I think my obsession started there. Like, I just wanted to be like that. You know what I'm saying? And then that was in the 5th grade, actually. I don't know if that's where my obsession started, y'all. But for sure, I remember just loving the way Tanisha smelled, man. Like, she smelled like a baby. It had to be Johnson & Johnson baby oil, like the old school one, the one that really smelled like an awesome baby. But guys, I'll be back because I have to go and pay for parking. Okay, on a Saturday they have us paying for parking. Not cool at all. It is nasty out. Okay guys, so we're about to go in. Oh man, sorry, I'm so thankful. Thank you. Hey, yes. Okay, great, thank you. I made it. Well, I am in the dentist chair. I'm just waiting for the dentist. This is like the best dental office I've ever been in. Like, everybody's super nice. The assistants is super nice. The dentists are super nice. So I guess I'll see y'all when I'm all done, and we'll take it from there. So I'm all done. I have some nerve leaving my lip gloss. This is an old one that I found in my purse. It's gold. It's actually not bad. Ooh, I'm biting on my tongue. I'm all numb. Oh Lord. Okay, I was gonna go to the mall, but I don't know, I just want to go home. And I'm biting on my tongue. Ooh, I'm probably not gonna be doing a lot of talking. I'm probably gonna wait until I'm not numb, because I'm biting all over my tongue, and it's annoying. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, I am on I really wanted to go to the mall with you guys, but it's like raining right now. I'm very late to the party. I think I am. And I've been binge watching This Is Us, which is with Mandy Moore and Sterling Brown. Oh my god, I am so hooked. It's the best. I love the fact that it's clean. I could watch it in peace. I don't have to be concerned that my kids are gonna walk in the room and all that good stuff. So I really like that. It's like a really interesting way to look at life. I don't know if y'all watch, like, what are you guys binge watching right now? Because it's about to end. Y'all know how that is. You find a good series on Netflix and you've been binging, all right, and you see it's about to end, and I'm like looking for something else to binge on. So I want y'all to tell me what you guys are binging on right now, because that's what my life is all about right now. Unfortunately, there's a character in there, this black guy. His name is Randall in the show, but his actual name is Sterling Brown. Let me see if I could get some light. Yeah, he's the epitome of what you want in a husband. When you're praying to God for a husband, pray for Randall. Pray for Randall. Like, he is so in touch with himself and his feminine side. It's not even like freaking funny. It's just amazing. Like, his wife is so lucky to have him, because, you know, not a lot of guys are in touch with their feminine side. If you're gonna be a good husband, you have to understand your wife, okay? And the only way to really understand her is to get in touch with your feminine side, which you have. We have both masculine and feminine energy, you know? So yeah. So he's awesome. Having a husband like that, you're gonna have to put yourself on the back burner, because he requires a lot. He requires a lot. He does. But when his wife is going through it, you know, he's there for her too. Oh, I am back home. It is nice to be here. Yes, ma'am. I am hungry, but I won't be able to eat for the next like 2 hours, because I am numb. So I'll go up inside this house. My kids are up in there. My husband's up in there. Yeah. Whew. Okay, guys. So I am back. I'm about to do a makeup video. I'm just moisturizing my lips. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing a makeup video for you guys. But I'm just doing my makeup because I'm gonna do another video for my fragrance channel. Let's go ahead and start. We could chit chat a little bit. So I have a little headache because I did do some dental work, and the Novocaine is starting to wear off. So I'm gonna pop me a pill because I don't think it's gonna go away on its own. I could wait it out, but like, girl, they were pounding in my mouth today. Okay, pounding in my mouth. I can be the only person, excuse me, that is terrified of taking pills. I'll have that baby in my mouth, deciding the minute I'm gonna have to swallow. I have to tell myself, like, Shauna, swallow. Just swallow the water, swallow the pill. Like, I've had pills get stuck in my throat. Like, not stuck, but, you know, you could feel it going down, and I hate that feeling. So I've developed quite the fear. Not a fear, but, you know, I hate to do it. But yeah, so today I decided to be intentional about my day and how I want my day to go. I told my husband, he was like, oh, let's watch a movie. And I was like, no, baby, not right now. Mama's gotta work, gotta do me a video. And I said, then after that we could play. So what you could do is you could go take a nap, because he loves to sleep. And he likes to talk about, oh, let's watch a movie, and then he'll fall right asleep on me, and then I'll get mad at that. I'm gonna wipe this brow off because it's not working out. I already started off. Maybe I shouldn't be talking and doing this, but whatever. Anyway, guys, so yeah, so I told my husband, I was like, go ahead, take a nap, because we all know that you come in here with the best intention to watch a movie, and then I turn around and then you'll be off in another world. And then I get aggravated at that. I know I'm not supposed to, but I do, because I'm like, how you gonna come in here, tell me you want to watch a movie, and then fall asleep on me? Like, what's going on? So I said, we're not gonna argue about the things we always argue about. I'm trying to be intentional about that. I don't want to have the same argument. Like, I don't. He's gonna say the same thing, babe, you know, I get up early, you know, I'll be tired, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. If you know you're tired, go take a nap. Why come in here harassing me about watching a movie if you know you're gonna be tired? you know. So let's be intentional about trying to prevent arguments, because an argument may start off, you know, especially me, I go off like on things. The argument could be about peanut butter, and then it will lead into like something else, like big and serious. Well, I'm trying to be intentional about, you know, not, you know, starting arguments over dumb stuff. So I told him, I said, go ahead, take a nap. By then I'd be done with my videos, and then we could, you know, you could go get some Popeyes, we could eat some fried food, you know, be bad a little bit. So that's the plan for the rest of the day. You see, I'm a simple girl. Like something as simple as eating some fried chicken could make me happy. It could make me happy. So he's down with that. So right now he's actually sleeping. So thank God I brought that up, because look at that. See how I know my husband? See how I know him? My eyebrows are crazy right now, but let's try to fix that. Okay, so yeah, that's the plan. So right after this, I'm gonna do a quick video. It's gonna be super fun. Okay, I'm not telling y'all what's about, okay, or maybe I should, but maybe not. But guys, you know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about letting it go. Letting it go. Whatever it is that you are angry about, whatever it is you are vengeful about, whatever it is you're waiting on but you're not seeing it, whatever injustice has happened to you, whatever you are just aggravated about, worried about, just like honestly letting go and giving it to God. Like honestly, give it to him. He be asking us to do it, but we are so stubborn. Okay, just let it go. And I know why I'm saying that, because I have a big issue. It's becoming not so much of an issue anymore for me, because I see the beauty in letting it go, whatever it is. Because sometimes we get so accustomed to or addicted to just holding on to things because we want something to worry about, regardless if we realize it or not. Hold on. Okay, I had to close my window down. It was very loud. So yeah, just, you know, letting it go, because sometimes we are addicted to chaos and drama. Because sometimes when everything is going right, we just find ways to revisit things that hurt or worries us, or like all that stuff. Just, guys, oh my God, let it go. Let it go. Because the reason why I'm saying that is because for almost a year, I'm not going to be like truly specific, I've been asking my husband for this one thing that I think I truly deserve, and he's very capable of giving it to me, but for once he's not giving it to me. Okay, and I've been very, very upset, and I've been carrying around this anger and this resentment for a while, and you know what, it hasn't been helping at all, because all of that is not, it's not getting me to the place that I want to get. And I've decided if it's meant for me, then I'm gonna get it. If not, you know, I don't know what God is protecting me from. And sometimes that's how I look at things, honestly, like God must be trying to protect me from something for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but it's something. And I'm trusting him, and I'm just living my best life. Like, honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and live my best life, because I know when you try to fight your own battles, it never works out. You never win. That's what I think is the most like powerful message to tell yourself. And what I mean by that, I'm not saying you shouldn't be helping yourself. If there's something you could do and God is giving you the wisdom and he's giving you all the components to handle your issues, fine. But if you're dragging from everywhere and for some reason you can't get what it is that you think you deserve or you truly want, believe and trust. It's not anybody of this world, in this world, that's stopping you from getting it. Sometimes you have to realize that it's God not wanting to give that to you. And it's never because he's vengeful or he doesn't love you. It's because he loves you so much. Isn't that hard to believe? Because the flesh wants it. And the flesh is very powerful. Like, not to get biblical or anything like that, but like, in all honesty, it's true. It's true, you know? The flesh just wants what it wants, and the ego, we're not even going to talk about the ego. We're not even going to talk about the ego. And we like to act like, you know, all of us, we like to act like we don't have an ego. But baby, let me tell you, maybe in some departments we don't, but in some departments we do. Some people have a huge ego when it comes on to their careers. Some people have big egos when it comes on to their relationships. You know, some people have big egos when it comes on to the way they look. You know, everybody's different. So you have to know your own triggers, and you have to know how to kill that ego just a little bit, because sometimes the ego protects us, because the ego comes in handy when it's time to protect yourself, because you know what you deserve. And sometimes the ego steps in and say no, but we have to know when it's good and when it's bad. Since we're talking about him, I'm gonna go in with my Morphe palette that my husband bought for me this past Christmas. It's a nice palette, like, it's a really nice palette. I'm gonna go in with this brown shade, and it's gonna be my transition color. I was very shocked that my husband bought me this gift. I thought it was cute. I would not expect that from my husband, okay? I was actually hoping for perfume, but my husband never buys me perfume, even though I obviously love perfume. You would think that's an obvious gift, right? No. And let me tell you why he never buys me perfume. And this was an incident that happened like probably 10 years ago. Okay? But he never forgot it. So he went out and decided, well, this particular time, I think it was Valentine's Day. And this particular time, he asked me what it is I want for Valentine's Day. And I said, I want perfume, but I want to be surprised. Girl, tell the man what y'all want, okay? I said, surprise me, surprise me. So, surprise me he did with a perfume that I, at that time, literally hated. It's funny because I was speaking to an aunt, and I told my aunt, I said, oh, you know what? Tiba is gonna buy me perfume for Valentine's Day, and I'm so excited. As long as it's not this perfume, we good. That's what I said to my aunt. You can't make this shit up. So I told my aunt, I said, as long as he doesn't get me so and so perfume, we're good. We're good, okay? The fragrance I'm talking about is Sofia Vergara. When that perfume just came out, I just could not like it. I couldn't get along with the perfume. I decided to take another look at it, and then decided, you know what, this fragrance could definitely be appreciated. But that, you know, that's fast forwarding. So I was like, that's the only perfume that I could see me not wanting. Okay. My husband walked in with the hugest bottle of Sofia Vergara. The biggest, with a big smile on his face. I could keep a poker face a little bit. I'm an honest person. I'm not gonna lie. I have issues with lying, and it's not that I think liars are bad. They are, but it's just that I don't think I'm believable when I'm lying. So I try not to make an ass of myself. So I just freaking, you know, I just don't do it. So I said to him, I said, babe. I said, babe. I said, no. I said, babe. I said, did you take a receipt? I said, I hope you got a receipt. And he said, why? I said, babe, I said, if there's one perfume in the world that I truly dislike, I said, he said, he said, I know you fucking lying. He said, I know you lying. I said, babe, he said, I know you lying. I said, babe, I'm not lying. I said, babe, he said, you joking, right? It took him a freaking hour to believe me that I didn't want it. He thought I was just being my silly self and joking. I wasn't joking. Guys, I was dead serious. But anyway, guys, I'll be back with the story. I'm going to put these lashes on. The moral of the story is, ladies, if you want something, be specific. Because, you know, these men, you know, they're not like us. Because me, I always buy fragrance for my husband and he likes them. It doesn't matter if it's an expensive cologne or something more affordable. He'll just appreciate it and he'll wear it. Well, it wasn't the last fragrance that I bought, but the last cheapie that I bought for my husband was actually Paris Hilton's cologne. And the other day I was shocked to go in the car and see an empty bottle of it. So he used it until the very last drop. Try to be specific when your guy asks you, because he's asking because he really wants to get you what you want. He doesn't want what happened to my husband to happen to him. So yeah, I mean, I'm all about like resolving issues these days and not doing things to further complicate things, because marriage is already so freaking complicated. So that's what I've been trying to do these days. If you are with your guy or your girl and y'all just can't get along, it's just because you guys aren't being empathetic to your person. Like I told you guys in my previous video, I've started to go to therapy, and I'm not even going front. Like, being in therapy helps, but it's not where I'm learning a lot of things. It's experience that's teaching me a lot of these things. I'm just learning from experience that, you know what, if you want your situation to work, like really want it to work, then there's gonna have to be a lot of give and take. It's not always about winning. I know for us women especially, like, winning proves that we have the upper hand, you know? It proves that they love us. But remember, your husband, and I know this may sound obvious, your husband is a person. He's a person, you know? I think when my marriage started, my husband used to just want to give me whatever I asked for. He just wanted to give me the world. He wanted to just sincerely make me happy. Your desires and your needs and wants are the only things that matter in the relationship, okay? I mean, I'm not saying this is everybody's situation, okay? These are the struggles that me and my husband have. You may have different struggles. Maybe the shoe is on the other foot. Maybe, you know, the issues that I have with my husband is the issues that your husband has with you. You know, we can't assume that it's always, you know, the other way around. Most guys, you know, they go in with the best intention, but even the greatest guy can't always keep that up. They always can't give you everything that you want. And we want our guys or person to remain that way forever. You know, who doesn't want to stay in the honeymoon phase forever, you know? But that phase dies and we go into other phases of our relationship. So that means that your guy's gonna lose some motivation to be giving all the time and to be selfless all the time. But he's a person that wears off after a while, and that's when real relationship starts. That's when you have to say that, you know what, that's okay, you know, it's, you know, let's do the give and take, let's do some compromising. Sometimes it's not gonna work either. I'm just saying, if you're in a situation where you refuse to let go of the fantasy that you have in your head about who your husband is and how he should be, you know, you could always have that conversation. If you really go back and check, do you still feel the same way you felt on day one? Probably not. Were you still giving up the cat every single day? No. Now you say, no, I don't want to do it today. But back then, when you just met homeboy, what were you doing? You were giving up that cat all the time. You always wanted to do that. You felt all the motivation in the world to do that. So, you know, there has to be a lot of give and take. Just stop sweating everything. When I was away for that whole year, That's what I was doing. A lot of just sweating the small, like not small stuff, but because I don't think what we went through was small at all. It really challenged our marriage. It really, really, really had me thinking about like just going the easy route, or what I thought was the easy route, which was just going my own way, you know, being fed up. You know, like life would be easier. But then, is it really? If you're not being abused, and if your guy isn't like out there running after every female that he sees, you know, or if he's trying to make up for things that he's done, because nobody's perfect, you know, try to see him through. And not only him, but yourself. Don't torture yourself. Don't torture yourself. Let it the hell go. Let it go. Okay? So that's just a little bit of relationship talk. But yeah, guys, I want to start a podcast where we talk about relationships. But I don't know where to start. And I'm not even sure who would watch that, you know? But all I could tell you is that I've lived both life. I've lived the single life. And I've been the fiance. I've been the wife. So I think I am qualified to talk about these things, you know? And not to mention, like I said, I absolutely love to talk about these things. And I love to help women out because I know the struggles that we have. I really do. And a lot of the struggles that we have are within ourselves. And you have to free yourself. You really do. Okay, this is my full spectrum Covergirl bronzer. It's the only one I use. I can't see a lot of what I'm doing here. Well, so like I was saying, a lot of the pain that we feel in our relationships are real. Okay, because dudes be out here acting crazy, and you know, they're disrespecting us, you know, messing with the boundaries, having us look crazy, and all of that. I get it. But what I want to say, because this is about freedom, like freeing yourself, okay? A lot of the pain and a lot of the suffering are self-inflicted. If you are in a relationship and you're constantly thinking about the bad things, and you're constantly thinking about ways to disrupt the peace in your relationship, honey, this is self-induced, okay? And nothing comes of that. Like, the guy's gonna be miserable, you're gonna be miserable, and then what's the point? You have to tell yourself, like, I'm gonna be intentional today. I'm gonna be intentional. If I could prevent an argument, I'm gonna prevent an argument. If I don't have to go through his phone, I won't go through his phone. If I won't bring up a difficult topic, I won't bring up a difficult topic. Because the longer you go doing these kind of things, is the more you're gonna see, you get used to it. And then you're gonna see you're happier, okay? Because the happiness is, it's about you being happy, right? It's about you being happy. If there weren't so many good things in my relationship, I wouldn't be here. So I try not to stress and complain about things. Nobody knows how to beat themselves up more than I do. Nobody knows how to torture themselves emotionally more than I do. And then I realize, I'm like, my husband is not hurting. He's sleeping. He's snoring. He don't give a shit. Okay? So I'm like, how do I get to that place where he's at? And how is he there? Because it's not like I'm a walk in the park. So why is he not stressed about everything I do? It's because he's choosing peace. Literally, it's a choice. He's literally choosing not to dwell, because that's just how guys are. We could learn a lot from them. Notice how they don't let shit get to them. These are the things we need to learn. We could learn a lot from them, because not for nothing, a lot of times when I act the way my husband acts, I see why he acts the way he does. He's not going to sit around being bothered about me. The only thing that bothers my husband is when I'm bothered. Like when I'm good, he's good. When I'm bothered, that's the only time you'll see him like a bit like disheveled. And when I say when I'm bothered, I mean when I have a problem with him, when I'm bringing stress to him. But other than that, nope. And I'm not gonna lie, doing your own thing is another thing that's important. Do your own thing. Have your own hobbies. Have your own interests. Because a lot of the times, that's what guys do. They get lost in their own little world. And a lot of times, that's their coping mechanism. That's how they cope. They don't sit around dwelling. Your negative mindset is a habit. That's all it is. Whenever you sit down, notice how sometimes you are at peace and then you will intentionally go to a painful place. You're addicted to that. I bought me this lip gloss off of Amazon. It's called Baby Cakes. It's not what I really wanted, but you know, I found a way to make it work. Ooh. But anyway, guys, I am gonna get dressed because right now I'm not. And I'll see y'all in a minute. I'm in the mood for color. This is a very old shirt. It's a very old shirt that I bought in, I think it was Forever 21, a good couple of years ago, but I really like it. I think it's cute. So that is my makeup look, okay, with my little short hair. This is so me, period. So I'll see y'all in a bit. Oh, that's a nice pic.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back. But I was afraid to order you just in case they just give me the pieces that you don't like.
You can't be specific with it?
No, that's what I was trying to do.
Okay, so we're at Popeyes. My husband had to go in. Okay, guys, so I finally got my Popeyes. Oh my god, guys. So we have biscuits, okay, we have french fries, we have coleslaw, and we have a mix of chicken parts. Oh my god, guys, my mouth is watering, can't talk.